Yo, this is Infamous, and you listen to the Nightly Strange.
Yo, welcome to the Nightly Strange.
Welcome to Nightly Strange, ladies and gentlemen. We are your hosts, D-Mac Uno.
K-Stan in the building.
Yes, special guest in the building, Infamous. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. I've been getting lit all night.
Nice.
Yes. Been drinking this 151 Captain Morgan's.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to end up with a woman with a mustache. Anywho.
I'll try to start my Saturday a little slower than that.
I feel you. Not me. I'm going to turn up until Sunday because I don't want to watch the Seahawks lose.
Not at all.
So, first off, man, how did you get your name?
Man, I actually got my name from a guy in the joint that was trying to call me out because my name was Steve Lowe. That was like my name from the streets and stuff. And then, I wasn't a Crip, so they wanted me to change that. So I came up with Infamous, and it was too close to Mobb Deep, so I changed it to I'm Famous.
Is that how you say it? I'm famous?
Yeah, I just put the X in the middle now so they can see the abbreviation instead of just seeing Infamous.
Yeah.
Too close to Infamous, so with the N in it. So
Yeah. But I mean, you're from the West Coast, man. I don't think that would even matter.
And I had to switch it up, either or. I want to go with my own thing. Like
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Because, honestly, there's like two Jazzy Jeffs. Most people don't know that.
I did not know that.
Yes, there's one Jazzy Jeff from the East Coast and there's one from the West Coast.
Okay. I didn't know.
Just like there's two Dr. Dre's.
Truly.
Yeah, because remember Ed Lover and Dr. Dre?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Tell me more hit.
Yeah. No, because I think
I'm a
about that.
hip-hop
I guess because I
historian.
think of Ed
Okay.
Lover and, well, no.
Yeah, Ed Lover and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't remember that movie, Who's the Man?
Nah, I haven't seen that movie, man.
That's
There's a lot of movies I need to
That's an
tap
old
into.
school movie, like the what Salt and Pepper. Every rap artist back then was in it, and they walked to the Ed Lover and like Salt or Pepper was in there. She's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Ed Lover?" And he's like, "Hey, what's going?" And she slapped the shit out of him, and she's like, "How you telling people we had sex? We know you a virgin."
Oh, damn.
I love that movie. That was a good one.
Again? What's that one again?
It's called Who's the Man?
Who's the
the
man?
Man? Okay.
Not to
Wait.
be confused with She's the Man.
Okay.
Is that a movie?
That is a movie.
Who's in that one?
Don't. But it's just, trust me, it is. She's the Man. I want to say it's.
I'm thinking like
Amanda Bynes or
Joanna
something.
Man.
Joanna
And
Man.
then there's Joanna Man.
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't see him dressed up as a woman. But then he's in
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I can't go home to my mama like this.
Oh, yeah.
This is the gun line.
Okay, so you are striking out. You want something that's more of yourself. So you changed it to I'm Famous. So when did music just become something that you wanted to pursue than just something more than a hobby?
Probably when I was about 12, 13. I just wanted to keep on freestyling at parties, stuff like that, in the garage, everywhere. Every time there was a freestyle, I always did it as myself.
So didn't shy away from the crowds. Always just like, did you like being in the limelight, or was it just about
Yeah.
putting a verse out there?
No, I was always like trying to do my own thing, and then after that, I got into a drug court program, and like I always had to go see the judge.
Okay.
So it's like you're up there and stand by in front of everybody. So that really opened me up to like being in front of anyone and can take anything. So.
Yeah, it used to mess me up going in front of the judge because before you went in front of him, you had all the stuff you was going to say to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that. Then you get in front of him, you be like, oh, man, he just threw me off.
Right? Try to change it up.
Yeah. So the reason I really wanted to have you on the show, man, is because you've been putting in work for years.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You're consistent. You know what I'm saying? You always promote yourself. And there's a lot of Kitsap artists out here that have just, because I remember back in the day, we did the Kitsap County Uncut and you was on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what helps you have longevity in the game?
I think I've just been through everything, man. Just every little thing. Just like Nip says, every emotion, you know what I'm saying? Like from having family, kids, deaths, and everything. So it just always kept me going. And there's always a little bit of pauses, but I never wanted to stop. And I feel like, if I don't stop, then maybe I'll get somewhere.
Yeah, I feel that. So, having kids and everything, has that like kind of halted what you're trying to do with music? How do you balance having kids and doing music?
It's a hard life, man. It's there's I just gotta make the time when I can. That's the only time there is. And like when I'm on the road, I write. I do anything I can when I got my open time, because when I'm with them, there's like really none of it. So,
Yeah.
When I'm on the road, or if I'm just like on a vacation or something, or moving, I'm always trying to write.
Okay, so music is always there, inspiring you. It's always part of just your daily life.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Yeah, ever since a kid,
Now, I sent you some
Yeah.
questions, and you had sent me back that you weren't part of Hustle Style, but you was running with them, right?
Yeah, I was affiliated with them.
Okay. So
yeah, but I've always been a solo artist, so I was never with HSE at all.
now, I mean, you guys was doing it pretty heavy, but I mean, these days it's just you and Axe are the only people that are left from the crew that are still making music. Do you know why that is?
I have no idea. I haven't really been in touch with them like that, so I haven't been a part of Hustle Style at all. I see Axe still trying to do his thing, and good for him, but I don't tap in with anyone from the past like that. I'm just doing my own thing, own lane, solo dolo.
For sure. So
indie.
you have a couple features. You have one from Little Flip, and you have one from Louis, who recently got signed to 300. So how did you get the Little Flip feature?
Well, I say 2011, I did a free show out at a church, Coffee Oasis, and I met a rapper there that gave me the opportunity to just be in there with him and learn from him. And when the opportunity came for Lil Flip, it was around Christmas time, and he was giving out the deal, and I had the money on me, and I made the power move instead of making all the Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I did.
Okay.
And then you also be traveling like from here to the UK, correct?
Yeah, well, Paris and Spain and Portugal, that's where I've been with the music and stuff like that. So.
And they love hip hop over there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned about the UK. They love hip hop. I used to buy beats from this dude named DJ Tiny Rascal. That's his name. But I bought beats from him because I heard his beats and I was like, oh shit, I'm dick riding right now. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause his beats was so nice, and so I bought a couple beats from maybe 5 years ago. And now he's the most sought-off producer out in the UK, United Kingdom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're raw out there. They got a lot of raw talent. Emails come through from that side of the country all the time with beats, and they're amazing, man. So they're just like a whole nother vibe.
Yeah.
No, I think I read that you speak Mandarin Chinese. Do you?
Yeah, just a little bit. I
Okay.
got taught a couple things.
Okay, how did that come about? Yeah.
Pretty much just being out and about and just meeting people, networking and socializing. I learned it from an elderly lady that had a husband.
Okay.
That's how it all started, and then every time I go hit a restaurant, I go hit them with a little bit.
Hit us with something. What you got?
Ni hao, bu ha, bing shui. Do you drink ice water? Or may I have some ice water? Excuse me.
Is that Mandarin?
Yeah, ni hao, bu ha, bing shui.
I know nothing. So
Yeah.
when you go places, can you hear them talking shit?
Not necessarily. It just depends. If I know that word, then I
Yeah.
know they talking shit. But when they start doing a little too much, and I lose everything. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wish I knew Tagalog because we used to go shop on the base.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They be back and forth. They be talking.
Yeah.
They be talking. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, I know you talking shit.
Okay.
My mom be like, he'll push the cart himself. They be like, oh, duh, duh, duh. You say whatever they got to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? I'm trying to stay hip on anything I can learn.
Yeah.
Any language.
I wish I would have learned Spanish in high school.
Yeah, I took Spanish, but it's one of those things where you have to use it or you lose it. You got to be kind of immersed in it because it's so easy. I can pick up fragments from my little 2 years and stuff in Spanish, but if I'm not using it, it's just I'm kind of like you where I can hear stuff, but I'm like, oh, I know they're talking about me. I'm just quite not picking all the pieces together.
You know what's messing me
Yeah.
up? I've been watching Narcos on Netflix for,
Oh, yeah,
for a
yeah.
minute, right? And it's one of them shows you can't just look at your phone because I don't know what they're talking about. And I got to look up and read the whole time.
Yeah, for sure.
but I
like
love-
all them Johns. I'm into that Queen of the South one. You seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that. I'm just
No.
watching Narcos
yeah.
because right now, what's his name about to take over? El Chapo.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he about to take over and stuff. He was like, yo, they was asking, hey, can we get this, they wanted a border at the desert. And the dude was like, I'll give you can have it for $2 million a year. You can lease it. He's like, why don't you sell it to me? What's wrong? He's like, well, if I can sell it to you and take it back from you. They're like, okay, I see what it is. Your birthday's tonight. So they went to the birthday party and sprayed them all up.
Got him.
Yeah, I love me some Narcos.
Yeah,
they got
hell yeah.
millions of dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I love Narcos, man. I love all the mafia movies, man. Cartel, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the future going to hold for you? Are you going to stick with music? You trying to act or anything?
I'm thinking about acting and going down to Hollywood and just doing my thing out there and, hitting Venice and, just going and spitting out there in the public or going and dropping off things out there at the labels out there and just trying to move out there in Los Angeles. I got a couple people out there that are finally, in place.
And that's the
Instead of me
place to be,
coming-
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of me just coming and, visiting for a week or whatever, or a weekend and popping in and seeing a homie. I got some more people in place now, so I'm gonna definitely try to
That
get
actually
out there.
poses a great question because you were saying how you have to leave. What is something that maybe our area could use to maybe help uplift those who want to seek music, in that scene, or just maybe athletics, anything? What is it that our area needs so we can have more contacts like that?
I think the upper ups need to give more involvement to the community out here instead of just trying to hold it out where it's structured and where it's based. They need to bring it up to here to the Northwest, because that's something I would do.
Well, you know, Northwest is the last tapped potential of hip hop. Everywhere else has been touched. The East Coast, the Midwest, Texas, California.
Right.
But
Florida,
you know,
everywhere.
The Northwest has not been touched. And I feel like it's crabs in a barrel up here. You know, and, you know, I like to have you on my podcast because back in, what was it, like 5-6 years ago, you was doing your thing.
Yeah.
And there was a whole bunch of artists back then that were doing their thing. But it's just you and Concrete right now.
Yeah.
And Axe, I have to say, that are still consistently making music. And how do you feel about the other artists in Kitsap?
Man, I'm not really tapped in with everybody in Kitsap like that. But what I do know is that Jordy Sam has been consistent, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
For an artist that's just straight out of here and, you know, local and everything, he's consistent. You know, you got to brand yourself.
Yeah, but
be consistent making music.
But one thing is that you're always, I mean, me and you, we're on Twitter. I see you on Twitter all the time. Every time you see something I like it, I post it or whatever. You know, I see a lot of artists, they don't use social media.
Yeah, well, you got to.
You have to, you know what I'm saying?
Only tool.
Yeah, so are you talking to fans? Because again, that seems to be a real common theme about a lot of the artists. It's like it's more than just releasing a song. Like, are you talking to them? Or do you have meetups?
I'm absolutely engaged all the way. I definitely tap in. I'll hit up an old friend, definitely give him my music, you know. And before I do that, just shooting them my music, I want to hit them with a message so they know that I'm just tapping in. I'm not just sending them a link, you know.
Gotcha.
How you doing?
Trying to make it personal.
You know, you gotta, and then that just gives you that, you know, that community involvement, that engagement that you need. So they're like, okay, he's actually thinking about me instead of just sending me his music.
Now, I wonder if you feel that way again because you have traveled abroad. Because I have heard when you travel abroad, like France, Portugal, when you go up, you don't like a waiter. You're supposed to say, "Hey, how are you doing?" versus just start your order right away. And again, I think it just kind of sets the stage, let people know, I care, and I'm just reaching out, like you said, and I think that goes a long way. How are you? And then, hey, I got this. Can you be part of it?
Absolutely. That's like the people that I met out there. I hit them up. They make their little posts on their stories and stuff that I met overseas, and I just tap in with them. Like if they just put up some good food or having a good time, I tap in with them. I'm coming. Just be ready. Be ready. And then, and then I send them the music too, and they like it. And then I just keep on tapping in. I'm coming. So because I'm coming soon. Since I got the vaccine and everything, I'm definitely gonna be going.
That's good.
And I wanted to ask you about that too. What made you decide to get the vaccine finally?
Just most of the places where I can get money, just all they all want it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna stop my money from running. Like I said, I got kids and stuff, so I gotta feed them, and it's hard to. How
many kids you got?
I got 4 biological kids, and I got 2 step kids too. So,
nice.
Doing what I can for everybody. It's a big barrel of weight to hold on to. So
I got 3 kids. Every time everybody asks me, "Yo, how old are they?" I say, "Yo, 4 years away from moving out."
But even then, it doesn't start because I got one. She's in college right now, and even then, it's still like you're still trying to support her and give them the best jump off. So that way, your struggles aren't their struggles. That's really what it's about.
I think for me as a man, it's different because I say 4 years from being 18, I'm like, I ain't got to pay child support for him no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I miss 3 months, I might go to jail.
That's so
I can't leave the country.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and it mess up that credit, too. So
any of your kids doing music? Oh, yeah, mess up your credit. They put a lien on you.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, you get $500 over or under, they put a lien on you.
Oh, yeah, you better pay.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Which kind of also leans into, because of liens, and then are you investing? Do you invest at all?
Absolutely,
a little bit?
Every day.
What's got your eye right now? What are you looking at? You don't have to give away all your secrets. But.
Right now I'm just heavily into cryptocurrency. I was in the stock market heavily last year during the drop. So I made a good significant amount in the stock market.
Nice.
But right now cryptocurrency is where it's at.
Yeah, sure is.
Okay.
So even though Bitcoin is so much, don't think it's too late to get to the bag, because it's not. And also there's other Ethereum tokens and stuff like that y'all need to look into.
Okay,
Coinbase for sure.
I invested in oranges.
Really?
Yes. I was like, I just figured like oranges is gonna be some money during the summer, and I never took my money away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, come on, whatever you use is what you invest in.
Yeah.
Whatever, if you use it daily, you should invest into it.
And I was going to ask you, what would be some advice if someone wanted to start out with what should they look for? And that's one of the things that I say. What do you like? What do you use? You know, what do you always come back to and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I use Robinhood.
Yeah.
You use Robinhood?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My cousin put me onto that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robinhood's good. It's the easiest one for, you know, our era. You know, they didn't teach us this, so it's very easy to do on there.
They didn't teach us none of that stuff in school. That's what's crazy about it. You know, they didn't teach you how to save. They didn't teach you how to invest.
No.
When I went to school, they was like, look, this is your choices. You go to college, join the military, or work at the shipyard.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want to do none of that.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been in school for 12 years. You think I want to keep doing this?
Yeah, and the
No.
whole thing is people change their minds, you know, and then life happens. You know, when you're busy making plans, you know, nobody anticipates or wants to say, I want to be a teen mom or, you know, whatever, this, that, and the third, whatever it is. You know, life happens. But no, they don't prepare you. They don't give you the steps or teach you all the loopholes and things where to put your money and tax breaks.
Yeah.
None of that stuff. Like for me, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a world-class break dancer. You know, but I never had the upper arm strength, so I couldn't do T-flares. So I had to let that go. It was hard. It was hard. I cried a little bit. Yeah.
Crab walks, were hard too. Carry yourself and to do the crab walk.
Yeah, I mean, I can do all that, but I can't do T-flares, and that's all I wanted to do. I'm like, man, look at them, all the Filipinos doing that shit.
I know, right? I just seen my one of my family members doing that at a family party gathering, and I was like, damn, he's still doing it. He was like almost 50 years old, still hitting it.
Man.
And he hit it for like the whole song, and I was like, oh, okay. I never see you do that.
You know, and all the dances.
I appreciate that endurance. I need that. I want that endurance.
Me too, because all the dances I could do, I can't do no more because I might throw a hip out because I'm too old. You know what I'm saying?
You just got to stretch first. You
got to stretch every morning.
You got to warm up.
Yeah, that sucked getting old, man.
He was lit. He was ready.
My friend told me some slick stuff because I had a gray hair in my beard, and they was like, yo, just cut a little bit above where the hair is. And I was like, oh, you genius. I was like, yeah, it ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying? Because like my beard would be crunchy, but that one hair just be sticking out. So, any of your kids be trying to get into music? You be having them do it?
Yeah, I do actually. My second oldest son, he's like rapping almost every part of my lyrics. It's crazy. And
you ever want to have him as a hype man?
Yeah, no, I'm actually thinking about putting him in the video. You know, just and not having me in it.
One time I did a show in Seattle, and it was a EDM concert, and so we were Audio Dose was the only crew that got to do rap, so we got to own it. Yeah. So I had my son as my hype man. He was nervous because there was like 400 some odd people. He's like, oh, the city's on even if the lights ain't. But then he started getting into it. He's like doing his thing, and was like, look at that little kid, you know. But
that's lit. That's smart. I might have to do that. In one of these next shows for sure.
Are they into any instruments, playing anything like that?
No, they're just heavily into sports and stuff like that. All the peewees and.
What sports you let them play?
I let them play football and basketball. They can play any sport.
How do you feel about our athletic programs and offerings out here?
Oh yeah, I'm starting to hear about all these basketball programs and stuff like that, and sending kids out of state and getting them involved in basketball and stuff like that. That's great. Yeah, that's great because you know I was a hooper myself. And I think everybody who's been out here touched that basketball.
Of course,
so it's crazy out here. It's a whole different vibe on this side of the water. And
I might beat everybody in basketball, but I'm gonna need like a 30-minute break afterwards.
Yeah. When I remember when I was moved back here, young 20s or whatever, we'd hoop it up down at Pinecrest, down at the school.
Shoot, I remember before the school was there, we used to throw rocks and stuff at cars in the woods. And I was telling my friends one story one time. We was
allegedly.
We was in the woods and like they was throwing rocks at these cars, and this black dude was driving down in the Corvette, and they threw rocks at his car and he hit the brakes. He's like, "You little motherfuckers!" So we run out the woods. We come from behind your mom's house or whatever, right? Okay. And like we're sitting by the rock, and he pulls up on us. He's like, "I knew you little motherfuckers throwing rocks at my car." We're like, "Nah, it wasn't us. You know, he tried to punk us, so he dips off. Anyways, years later, I'm in high school. And he's telling this, I had a substitute teacher, he's a black dude, and he's like, yeah, I remember one time I bought this Corvette, and I'm cruising it down Pine, and these little kids was throwing rocks at my car. He's like, so I'm going to hunt them down. So I'm looking at him like all crazy. He's like, I knew it was you, little motherfucker. I was like,
oh, shit.
Yeah, he ran up on me in class. I got away with it, though, but yeah.
Small world.
So, I mean, you got any music coming out recently? Or not recently, but soon?
Yes, I do. I got that new single with Louis coming out. I think I'm going to probably push it back maybe another week.
Now, did you make that with him before he got signed or after?
After.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have to pay anything for that or?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything has a ticket on it.
It sure does.
It sure does. Definitely had to pay, and it's hot. It's definitely a hot ass song, and I think it's that one, and I'm trying to do that video with it too. So that's that, and then I got the album dropping probably within the next week or two.
Is there any artists that you listen to that you want to work with? Maybe here from the county or any mainstream artists?
Burner for sure. I definitely want to touch that.
Who's Burner?
Burner is the marijuana icon out of the Bay Area. Cookies, lemonade.
From the north?
The marijuana, yeah.
From the Bay?
Yeah, Bay Area.
Now, see, I got away from Bay music. I used to listen to so much Bay music back in the day, and I just got away from it.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Feature I got is with Cosmo, the guy who makes like pretty much all the Bay Area legendary beats, and they got a new album coming out December 3rd called Gotti, and they got like everybody on there, the Locks, the new dude named Mills, Cosmo's on there, the guy I got a song with called Dub A to the Bay.
Like my cousin, he makes beats. I mean, you're hearing his beats right now on the podcast, Keyz.
Yeah.
He makes tons of beats for the rappers out there in the Bay Area. But for me, it's like I was always just stuck on EA Ski. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only beat maker I knew from the Bay Area. Him and, who used to make E40's beats?
They got Reese Beats out there too, because he's raw. He's just got signed as well to Empire. He's lit. I've been in the studio with him when I was making a song called California Shit out there. I'm linked in with the studios out in the Bay Area as well. So
Are you naturally from here in Washington?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm naturally from out here.
That's what I was wondering as well.
Yes, I mean,
yeah,
you've
my
been putting in
family-
work.
You're so
yeah.
well traveled.
You've been putting in work for years.
Yeah, no,
And
I'm literally like, I'm not born in Birmingham, but I've been here since like 3 years old, and my family's pretty much California and East Coast.
Same. I was born in Santa Barbara, but I've been up here since I was 6, 7.
Okay.
And Washington is my home. I love fall. I love the cold. I love the rain.
Come on,
Yeah.
they give best of all worlds right here.
Yeah.
You get the mountains, the buildings,
It really
the
is. Yeah.
snow and the trees and everything.
Yeah,
For
just
real.
like last
Cold
night,
and
my
warm.
daughter's like, "Oh, there's a wild animal growling at me in the backyard." So I'm out there with a flashlight, and she's like, "Don't hurt it." I'll say, "What you talking about?" He ain't crawling out on me. Pow, pow.
But
You
that
know?
is
Come
such a
on.
Pacific Northwest thing. Don't hurt the animal.
Yeah.
That's also, that is such something we'll say.
I'll be telling her when you're driving, if it ain't a deer, run it over. Do not-
I almost hit
do
a
not-
deer a couple days ago on the freeway.
I almost hit one on
There's nowhere
Central.
for them to go.
I almost hit one on Central Valley. I'm glad I was doing the speed limit. I'm in my Charger. Usually,
Oh, man.
usually I'd be like, I got 15 minutes to get the Paul's boat. You know what I'm saying? But I was doing the speed limit. It was there. But yeah, any other animal smarter than that? Nope. Run that shit over.
Oh, yeah.
Don't die in a ditch for a squirrel.
Exactly.
Oh no.
He ain't gonna make no song for you.
I'm gonna work on that, and then if the spiders get in the car or something like that.
Ooh, I've had one too. I've been in the car where a spider just drops in front of my face, and I'm just like, ah, ah, I'm screaming and shit, and everyone's like, what's wrong with it? I'm just swerving and shit on the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like,
I get the bee in there sometimes. It's like that bee in
Oh
the summer.
yeah.
one time I was working and I was driving and like something flew in the where I was driving and it hit me in the face. I was like, what the hell was that? And it was a bee, and the bee's on there on the back like, ah. And I'm just like, hell no. Then it gets up and starts crawling around on the floor. I'm like, oh no. I open all the doors. I'm like, no. Everyone's looking at me crazy. I'm like, no, the bee ain't stinging me.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, at least you let it out. A lot of people are like, I'm gonna stomp on it.
I was going to, but it went under my bag.
Oh.
I was like,
You gotta let some of the
crunch.
bees live. You have to let them live. We need them to
I got my
pollinate.
Honey Nut Cheerios from Safeway. I do not care. He can die. Don't come in my business. Man, well, I like to think the hat. Or excuse me, hold on. Excuse me. We're gonna edit that anyway.
Yeah, edit that. Well, hold
Yeah,
on, because I
absolutely.
also wanted to give you just a big, because I was listening to one of your songs, Get It. I don't know,
Yeah.
have you heard of Succession, the TV show?
No.
Well, it had a very, I love the piano, and I just like, yo, you should send that to them, because like they need to feature it on one of their scenes. I just love the way you put the piano in there on the beat and stuff, and then with the rap, it just goes with that about getting money. Just
Yeah,
that
no,
out there.
yeah.
Think about it. There's money to be made.
Have you tried to put your music onto TV shows?
Soundtrack?
No, I haven't. I've only received emails, but like since I'm an indie artist, like it's hard to be contacting them emails back and making sure that they're verified and everything. So,
But
I
there's,
just wanna make
I watched
sure they are.
I watched these Drink Champ episodes with it's Nori and DJ EFN, and they had Vince Staples on there. And he said like I think it was Big Fish Theory, but he made that whole album just for the simple fact that they could take all the songs and put them into movie trailers and into movies. That's the only reason he made that whole album. And so I mean, you can still do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Sky's the limit.
I definitely want to do that. I want to tap into that. So yeah, if you can send me that link after this and let me know whatever that one is, I'll definitely tap in with them, because that's my hottest record out right now. Doing the plays, it's like almost at 30K. Get It is, and then my most recent feature with Anthony Danza. He's from Seattle. He got a couple tracks with like Messy Marv and Nipsey Hussle and Larry June and stuff like that. And he's starting to
R.I.P.
take off as
Nipsey
well.
Hussle. I remember he sold everybody the same verse like 4 years ago.
Truly.
I was like, man, get your money, player, get your money.
Crazy.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. And that one's at 10K. Plays in about two months with no payment or nothing. Just hopped on some kind of playlist. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's lit.
Because I was told that if you drop a song on Friday, it goes on to Spotify, the radar, whatever it is. It's like Rap Radar or something like that. And if you drop it on Friday, it'll all make that list.
Okay.
You know, but like I said, like I mess with your music heavily, and then your hustle also. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you've been grinding for years, and out of everybody that was there making music 5-6 years ago, you the only one still standing.
Yeah.
Still making progress and stuff.
Yeah.
Is there any shout outs you want to send to anybody?
Not really, not right now, man. I'm just trying to keep it all on me right now, man. In all honesty, but you know, if you're in Kid Tap and you're trying to make some music, just keep striving and don't stop, because you never know if you're gonna be the one that pops.
Yeah.
That's real. So
You see a lot of people just end up quitting.
yeah, don't quit.
I've never
Brand
seen
yourself.
you post that shit, or excuse me, I've never seen you post that post where it's like, yo, y'all ain't listening to me. Well, when I blow up, y'all gonna feel bad and y'all gonna join on to me.
Nah, that's negativity.
But how do
That's
you
in that
deal with
positivity.
rejection, though? That's a big thing, though. That's a lot of why people quit. And when you get told no so many times, or not enough people are maybe sharing in your music. So how do you push through that? How do you make other people believe when maybe your circle's not believing you, your family's not believing you? You know, how do you persevere? What keeps you going?
Just probably the love of music, because you know, just hearing it and hearing all the music I've ever heard, it's like I just feel like there's something different with it.
Okay.
Like I literally, when I hear my lyrics, because I listen to myself, no cap, and I just feel like, okay, this might be like something that's gonna touch somebody, and it might be the one, and that's why I make different music instead of just sticking to just one. I do everything, something commercial, something trap, something pop, so I can touch everybody's ears. And then, you know, whichever one's gonna be it is gonna be it. If I gotta stick to that style, that's what I'm gonna do.
And honestly, in hip hop, you ain't nobody till people start talking shit about you. I mean, that's what it is. People, oh, I hate that. You know, people don't like Drake because they've been macking on a girl for 4 months, and Drake comes out and he instantly got her favorite.
Yeah.
They're like, I hate that light skinned nigga.
Yep, come on.
Oh, man.
No, I just stick to it, man.
Yeah.
Just stick to it, and you can't stop regardless of what it is. And if you gotta take a small break, you gotta take a small break. Write about your
I love that.
emotions, and
That's what
and
hip hop
write
is,
about-
man.
love
Write
that.
about what the hell's going on in your life, or something else that's going on in somebody else's life. Just keep on writing.
And that's
if
how
you gotta write some
yeah.
fake shit, be your guest. But I don't do that.
Me neither. And that's how I look at music. Like for me, I'm not trying to be a famous artist. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do my podcast and other stuff, but it's like I still make music because I vent my soul through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's how I get my emotions and my feelings out. Because you know, you can have that sometimes where you have writer's block and you like your emotions be all bottled up and you don't know how to let it out, but then you make that song and you're just like, yeah, okay, cool, I got it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you gotta light up that fire, man, and get a little creative.
Cannot
Also, I
smoke
got-
weed, sir.
Oh, you
I
can?
No, I cannot.
Oh.
Nope.
Hey, I got a
no.
new strain out at Phillibong right now. You can
Sure
go get
do.
it.
Yes.
It's called IMxFamous, and it's at Silverdale location, Bremerton location, and it's also in the Sean Kemp store in Seattle.
Now, how did you get your
Oh.
own weed strand?
Lyrics, man, this music. That's how I did it. So just talking to these vendors and these farmers and stuff, and having them invest in me, man. So don't be shy to try to get somebody to invest in you.
I
because
love
you ain't gotta
that.
make
Yeah.
love
Because
that.
that's what I did, and I got some help with some stuff, and you know, like 3-4 years later, I asked them to make the strain, and they did it, and now we're just moving, and the next thing is gonna get the QR code on there, so they're
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
can
able
get
to
those.
tap in.
You can get those for free.
Yeah, we're gonna put the QR code on there on the jar, so you can just tap into the music right when you get it, smoke, and listen. So
There you go. If you really, you know, I'm a sucker for stickers. So if you also want to throw a little sticker decal, something in there,
Okay, yeah.
throw it on the water bottles and the
Yeah, come
journals.
on.
Yes,
I
my
got-
son, my
I got
son, my
stickers
son
and
sure did
everything.
order some stickers offline, and it was a bunch of anime women with big titties.
I
That's
know,
what
right?
anime is.
And I'm
Come
just
on
like,
now,
I'm
you
like,
know.
"Woo, thank Jesus.
We got some Halloween ones in the mail from Amazon. And we had some girl with big ass titties with the pumpkin and shit. And I was like, damn,
Yeah, I was worried about my son. At first, he wasn't really into girls. He was just into food. Then he sent me some IG link, and he was like, "Yo, Dad, check this out." And it was big titties and food. And I was like, "Yes, thank you."
Yeah, that is that. I know I've been on receiving end. I like, yeah, send me something. My son has sent me something, and he probably forgot about the copy and paste, so he like would paste whatever it was, and he'd be like, "I'm sorry, Mom, that was not meant for you. That was meant for someone else." And I'm like, okay, well, at least that answers a few questions. So it's fine, whatever you choose to do. Well, you know.
Yeah.
But
as long as he's looking at boobies and not a man booty. That's all I'm saying.
Hell no.
But once again, Infamous, I'd like to thank you for being on my shows. Are you sure there ain't no shout out you want to send to anybody?
Man, I want to shout out Jinx, man, because he did a lot for me on this album. I think.
What's the album called?
It's called Rap World. I would almost call it Rap Vaccination. You know what I mean? Just put that in you.
I wouldn't do it.
But yeah,
don't do it. Like this is like people calling their mixtapes COVID. Don't do it because it's gonna leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Yeah, that is bad.
Is it polarizing?
Just like the vaccine.
That's why I switched it up to Rap World, so I can just this is the rap that's going around, that's gonna be traveling the world. It's just gonna touch Morocco, Spain, all the way back over here, and you know what I mean, on the plane. So we're gonna do everything with it, and it's gonna move, and just keep on doing your thing and good looking on Jinx. Shout out Doc too on the Get It track that we did. We moving, and shout out the podcast. We moving. Let's get it. I'm famous.
For sure, for sure. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nightly Strange. I'm D Mac Uno.
And I'm Keyz Stanley.
And this is the Nightly Strange. We'll talk to y'all next week.
You're welcome to the Nightly Strange.
Thanks, God.